So a few years back, we had a very basic argument or a thought process. We said that whenever you talk about three basic needs of humankind, you say food, cloth and shelter. When you talk about development issues across the globe, you have some 100-150 issues from domestic violence to global warming. Have you ever seen clothing written as a subject? Why cloth has become a disaster relief material or a charitable material? Why do people need earthquake, flood and now tsunami to receive clothes? Why 90% of the world think about cloth when a disaster happens or when you have, not when people need? So we argued that disaster hit people do not need clothes, because cloth is something which you can only wear one at a time, and the second pair of cloth you have to store. First thing which a disaster takes away from you is your storage capacity. So even the second pair of clothing is a burden on you. That's why after every single disaster, you see trucks load of material lying on the road. Not only against the need, but also the most unfortunate part, in the cycle of donations, you always give what you have, you hardly give what people need. And I'll prove it in my, the processing slides. We also argued that if earthquake is a disaster, if flood is a disaster, how come winters are not a disaster? Why don't we have figures of people who die or suffer due to lack of clothing in winters? And when I say die or suffer, I say because in earthquake, the shake kills people. In the floods or tsunami, the excess or the force of water kills people. In the winters, the cold does not kill people. Because if the cold kills people, even I would have died. I survive in some part of the country or the world, someone else dies. It's not the clothes, it's the lack of clothing. So the cold does not kill people. And unfortunately, we do not have figures across the globe because we have never considered winter a disaster or clothing a basic subject.